Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people out there. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these lovely Leos in early December? We're at the back end of 2025. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo in early December. What's the vibe? What's the energy for my good friends? There we go. Nice and quick. Yeah, this card always reminds me of the Queen of Cups. Now, she does deal a lot with the emotional state. There's a lot of really good aspects to the Queen of Cups as well. So it's nice, it's soft, it's emotional. Normally, I mean, of course, every card has two major sides to it, right? But this could be good if it's not a person. For some of you, that could be a person too. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So as we can see, we have this lovely lady. She's sitting in what seems to be a nature throne with her toe dipped into that pond with little koi fish. It's really beautiful, but it's a lot of similar symbolism to the Queen of Cups in the tarot deck. Now, again, that's big water sign energy to me. So for some of you, if you're connected to a Cancer, a Pisces, a Scorpio, they could be showing up in a very prominent way early, right? Early and often throughout the reading, potentially. But let's dive a little deeper on what the Queen of Cups usually represents. All queens represent the internal aspect of their suit. Cups represents the emotional world. So with her, it's like a double down of feelings, a double down of emotion, a double down of creativity. So for a lot of Leos, now is a great time to express yourself in a variety of different ways, whether that's through hobbies, art, reading, writing, just like emotional release is what we're looking for when we see this card, which is usually nice. It's cathartic and it could bring a lot of dividends for you. But the downside to the Queen of Cups energy is sometimes she could suppress, she could push things down. So there might be certain things or topics that are on your mind where you're like, not talking about it. Don't want to speak about it, don't want to think about it. So just watch out for that type of energy, the emotional suppression. But normally with her, as long as there's a release of it somewhere, it's good. If not, the energy can get a little haywire. So we're going to let her chill right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Leos. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled A Big Return, and it did show up in a very prominent way last week that there was some kind of cycle repeating. Now, for a portion of you, could it have been a person? Sure. Could it be a situation? Absolutely. To me, it just felt like something you're very familiar with looping back around. Like, here we go again. That type of vibe. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. So certain cycles could be trying to come back in or repeat. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Leo friends. What do we got in early December? What do we got for Leo? Being very specific here with the cards. Okay, your power card showing up right here in the beginning. That's always a great sign, especially for a Leo reading. Everyone knows the Sun card is the best card in the deck, and I think most readers do agree with that. So especially in your reading, I really like the way we're starting here. Let's keep going. Let's get a couple more. What do we got for Leo in early December? Okay. Chariot, quick, very fast-moving energy. Okay, that's your zodiacal neighbor right there, the Cancerians. Let's get one more. Let's get one more. Lots of major arcana, lots of intensity. That's the one thing I could say about both of these cards. They're super, super intense. And what is this? What is this? All right, we have the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior here on the back end. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to see how this energy plays out, because like this energy is going, it's moving, it's flowing, and this one's like not so fast. So we're going to have to see what's up. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always look at the elements. I feel it's very important. And we have a lot of fire. That's your comfort element. So that's already a good sign. We have the sun, we have the Nine of Wands. So your power element, comfort for you, which I think is really good. Now, the thing with fire, it represents action. So it's the action suit, whether it's the actions you take, the actions other people take. It's like stop, go. Like the energy is a little push pull this week, but there is a lot of buildup. There's a lot of intensity behind it. Fire represents passion, drive, desire. Um, so I like it. I mean, I'm a fire sign myself, so I like the energy and I vibe well with it. The only downside to a lot of fire is that it could be a little unpredictable at times, right? It could be a little volatile, a little explosive. It could take a left on you real quick. So we'll see. I'm not saying it's definitely gonna, but in the center we have water, totally different. So funny, we opened the reading with the Queen of Cups. Now we have strong water energy right here in the center with the Chariot. So the realm of feelings and emotions showing up once again. So like it doesn't surprise me that it's showing up in a powerful way. The creativity, all the things we spoke about with the Queen are represented by this too. So interesting mixture, fire water mix. Some people say that could be steamy, it could be good, but sometimes it's a little funky. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with your power card, my friends, the Sun. And as I already mentioned, it's the most positive card in the whole entire deck. Now, in my simplistic style, it could just tell us when we clarify it, something that's coming towards you or a way you might be feeling. So it's a good signifier for that. If you're connected to another Leo, they could be showing up there as well. But the Sun has a lot of beauty to it. To me, I tie it to source energy. So I think of spirit, I think of light, life, and love that shines down on us, all this beautiful energy that's available to all of us. Whether we're going through tough times or good times, like this is beautiful source energy. So I always think of blessings, wins, victories whenever I see the Sun. It's wish fulfillment. Now, aside from that, the Sun is also a revealer. The Sun, you can't hide under the rays of the Sun. So it brings information to the surface. It brings realizations and revelations up to the surface. So now could be a time where information starts coming your way when we see the Sun. There's a lot of illumination. I'd say the only downside to this card when I see it is the intensity, because everyone knows the Sun could get quite intense, right? So watch out for situations that get real intense real quick. Feelings and emotions real intense real quick. But we're not going to turn a positive into a challenge, right? We're going to take it up as positive until we see otherwise. Now, moving to the middle, we have the Chariot. And as I already mentioned, it's the card of the Cancer Collective. You get the Sun tucked right back in here by the amethyst. So if you're connected to one, if you have placements yourself, like I mentioned, there is a zodiacal neighbor, we could be seeing another power card for you. But this card could represent a whole list of things. Now, it is determination, it's action, it's movement. Even though it's water, this Chariot is going. It could represent travel, it could represent distance, it could represent modes of transportation as well. So if you got something going on with your vehicle, this card could be the reason why. Now, aside from that, I like the push. This energy is either coming or going. It's coming in hot or it's going out hot. So we just need to see what direction this energy is flowing. Initially, I liked it next to the Sun. It's like I'm picking up steam, I'm snowballing something, and something is building up, which I think could be really good. But the downside to the Chariot is sometimes it could get a little out of hand, similar to the fire. The Chariot, remember, was an instrument of war when it was originally created, right? People used to do battle. So sometimes this could be very aggressive. This energy could be very pushy. So watch out for any stuff like that in this time, whether it's pushy people or situations that are just super intense. You don't want to feel like you're being forced to do something when the Chariot's here. So we'll see. Now, moving to the back end is what we definitely want to look at further, because this energy's going, it's moving, it's flowing, and then boom, the wall goes up. We have the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. Now, it's not all bad. There are really great things to this card, but we see the individual, they have built a wall, they got a bandage on their head, they've been through a thing or two, and they don't want to go through it again, right? Like they've been through a tough time. So this is one of my cards of someone that's recently been through a rough go. It's a soldier to me, though. There's a lot of push and there's a lot of power in this card, too, but it's pushed back. So, whereas this energy is pushing forward, this energy is pushing back. So, there is a tension point within the reading, because we're flowing in, and boop, breaks, full stop. So, we need to really see what this is about. Now, in the positive sense, this card could just represent protectiveness, being a little territorial. So, those feelings might come up in this time. The roughest thing with this card is rejection. So whether you're experiencing it, whether you're doing it, and it doesn't have to be a person, it could be a habit, a thought process, anything where it's like, nope, not for me. I'm building the wall here. So we need to look at this, or someone experiencing feelings of rejection. It could be communication issues as well. So it's like we're full go into full stop. For some of you, maybe you're just a little skeptical about someone or something. This is a very cautious energy too. So I'd say that's really taken my most attention. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Leo. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What do we got for the lovely Leos, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the sun. Let's see what that has to say. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the sun here for my good friends? Why is the sun here for Leo? Thank you. You know, I have the Hanged Man. Now, I really think this depends on what stage or story you're dealing with. Because for some of you, this is an energy where it's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm content. Nothing to complain about here. But then another portion of you may be feeling stuck in one way or another when we have the Hanged Man in the upright. But there is still this underlying energy of someone being very protective. This is like a watcher. Okay, so like when we tie in the Wounded Warrior, now we have the Hanged Man. There's like a lot of looking, there's a lot of watching, there's a lot of analyzing going on here too. So there's like a lot of little sections and layers, but let's dig into it deeper. So yeah, the Hanged Man, Virgo energy. Some people also link it to Pisces or Scorpio. I give it to all three. But it's retracted, it's pulled back, it's not making action. So it's funny, we have a lot of action up here, but this one's not doing a damn thing. um, a lot of analysis and a lot of watching and a lot of planning going on with this card. So whether you're in strategy mode, someone else could be in strategy or planning mode. Whether it's observation, where there might be a situation or something where it's like, I'm going to keep my eye on this, or maybe spirit wants you to. Because with the Nine of Wands and this showing up in the same spread, there's a big caution, but there's a lot of looking going on. So just keep that in mind. Everyone knows Leos get a lot of attention naturally. So I mean, it doesn't feel like creepy per se. It's just like either you need to pay attention to this or someone's paying attention to you. That's how it feels. So we're gonna keep moving. Hopefully you're not feeling stuck. That was like the roughest part of it. Some of you may be in certain situations where it feels like things feel a little stale, a little stagnant. But I do think it depends on the Leo that you are, because some of you this is secure. This energy is like, nope, I'm good. I'm good here. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving over to the Chariot. See what happens there. So why is the Chariot in the mix for my beautiful Leos? Thank you. Okay. And this energy just intensifies so quickly. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. So it's like, yeah, luck is on your side. But to me, this feels like someone trying their luck, pushing their luck. So this could also be a bit of a warning too. So again, it depends on your story. Your reading this week is very polarized, because for some of you, this could be one of the better readings I've done. But for another portion of you, this energy could be a little wild. Like, I'm being very honest with you. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, it's a good luck charm, right? It's my four-leaf clover. It's spiritual protection. It's beautiful. It's expansive. It's a lucky break of some kind. But at the same time, it moves quick. It moves fast. It's a cycle. It's very karmic. It's intense. So there's this really strong energetic intensity throughout the whole front end of this reading, at the very least. And it moves so quick. So when we go from this chill, calm, not doing much energy into the Chariot and the Wheel, it's like all at once, like an energy that goes 0 to 100 really quick. So could this be a warning about explosive situations, or explosive warning, or just energy that intensifies really quick? But that's not the only thing. To me, it feels like someone trying their luck or being a little risky. And I was picking that up in the Sagittarius reading last week. You might be more prone in this time to take a risk, to take a leap, or test your luck, or somebody is. That's just how it feels. It feels very risky to me. So it does feel like a warning, but at the same time, for some of you, this could be a lucky break. It could be like a breakthrough, a blessing, because these cards are very much down the middle, and I feel like it's polarized like that. Either it's a big warning for you, or this is one of the best readings you've had in a while. Let's move over to the Nine of Wands, though. Maybe that'll give us a bigger picture. So interesting. So interesting this week, Leo. And your readings usually do have a level of nuance to it, but it's different this week. Let's see what the Nine of Wands has. And then it just stops. It's all right. So we have the Five of Swords in reverse. Now, this could be good for some of you, especially if you've been dealing with something that's been like a bit of a prolonged issue or something you've been dealing with for a while, because I feel like it's an energy that kind of just stops or starts resolving itself in a good way. But there is also this energy where it's like, I do not need any extra BS on my plate. That's how it feels. Like when I see the Nine of Wands with the Five of Swords, it's like, I cannot be bothered. I do not want drama. I don't want, like, listen, I care about you, but I can't put anything else on my plate. It's very much zero drama, zero games type of energy. Okay, so again, whether this is a person or it's you, I mean, if you've been dealing with someone that's been playing some games, the energy feels to me like it's fed up with it. That's how, and again, the way the energy just flows, stop and then go and then full stop again. So very bizarre how the energy drops off. Now, the Five of Swords is usually very aggressive when we have it in the upright. It's determination, yes, it's push and all that stuff. So maybe some of you are just a little tired. It's like, and I don't have the energy for it. I mean, who has the energy for drama in games, right? And again, cross watchers too. It depends. But yeah, with the Nine of Wands, Five of Swords in reverse, it's like, nope, can't do it, don't want to do it, can't take any more. So just be cautious with situations you involve yourself in and things you put on your plate, because for a lot of Leos, you might be at maximum or getting there with this. It's avoiding drama, which I think is good. But for those of you with the prolonged issues or problems, this energy seems to stop. So I think that's good. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, very intriguing reading this week for you, Leo. But yeah, position number one, we have your card with the Hanged Man in the upright. So for some of you, it's beautiful, it's stable. It's like, yeah, I'm cool where I'm at. Things are nice. It's an energy that doesn't seem to be doing much or changing much. But then some of you may be feeling a little bit stuck. I am getting this watcher planner type of energy too. It's all over the place within the reading. So again, whether it's something Spirit wants you to keep an eye on, maybe someone's keeping an eye on you, it could be any of that. So there's a lot of looking, there's a lot of paying attention, a lot of analysis. Moving to the center, the energy just boom picks up quick. We got the Chariot with the Wheel of Fortune. For a lot of you, this could be a lucky break, so I like it. For a vast majority of you, I guess it depends on the situation, of course. But at the same time, this feels very risky to me. This does feel like an explosive warning of some kind, or a serious one, where the energy just picks up from like nothing to everything. So watch out for overwhelming yourself or things just intensifying too quick. But some of you, it could be a lucky break. It's like luck is on your side, but then I have this energy of someone being risky and pushing their luck. Moving to the back end, we have the Nine of Wands with the Five of Swords in reverse. So again, maybe you don't have the energy for any kind of drama, where it's like, all right, you guys do all that, I'll be over here. Like, I can't take any more on my plate. That's the vibe. So for a lot of you, you could be very close to capacity. Either that, or you just don't have the patience for a situation. So please, if you want to look into this further, take a screenshot. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Leo, please? And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. Let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this card out. What do we got for Leo? Nice and quick. What's in the shadows? Yeah, 10 wands. So very similar to this back end energy that I was saying. Remember, I was saying, like, hey, watch, don't overload yourself. We have the 10 of wands, which can represent burdens. It's a lot of weight. Now, the good thing about this card, and even though it's a shadow card, I'm going to tell you the good thing. The 10 of wands can represent determination and push. Can't stop, won't stop. I will not quit. So I like the determination and the grit. But it's heavy. It's a burden. So whether it's a mental burden, an emotional burden, a physical burden, it's like this weight is heavy and I'm carrying it. So watch how you're not overloading yourself in any area of life. Um, Watch out for energy levels. That's a big thing when this card is here, like how much you're doing and how much you can take on is super important with the 10 of wands. And for a very small few of you, this could represent someone you're connected to that has a feeling of guilt. So we're just going to leave it at that, Leo. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The December subscriber surprise. If you would like further clarification on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My December schedule is live right now, and the spots go quick. So go check it out, see what's available if you want to have a chat with me. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks for all skill levels, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you resonate with most? When you see it in a reading, it's like, yeah, that's me. Put your answer in the comments. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.